Kylian Mbappe's first day at Real Madrid, Matthijs de Ligt on the verge of a shocking move to Manchester United, and in a stunning turn of events, Edin Terzic has been sacked by Borussia Dortmund. But wait until you find out who's set to take over the reins at Signal Iduna Park. All this and much more in today's issue. And you do not forget to put a like, click on the bell and subscribe. You done yet? Then we can get started. Juventus are preparing an opening bid for Manchester United forward Mason Greenwood, but the offer is expected to fall short of the Premier League club's asking price. The Bianconeri are keen to bring the 22-year-old to Turin this summer, but United have set a high valuation of around €50 million for the Englishman. According to Gianluca Di Marzio, Juventus are set to open negotiations with a €30 million bid, hoping to convince United to lower their demands. Greenwood has attracted interest from several European clubs, including Borussia Dortmund, Atletico Madrid and Barcelona, but the player has reportedly made Juventus his preferred destination and has already reached a personal agreement with the Serie A side. Greenwood spent the previous season on loan at Getafe, scoring 8 goals and providing 6 assists in 33 La Liga appearances, after United decided against keeping him amid charges of rape, assault and coercive and controlling behaviour, which were later discontinued. The young forward is hoping that Juventus and United can reach an agreement on the transfer fee, allowing him to resolve his future and prepare for the upcoming season under Thiago Motta's guidance at Juventus. Despite Juventus's interest, Manchester United are standing firm on their valuation of Greenwood, with the Red Devils recently confirming that Erik ten Hag will continue as coach following an end-of-season review. The old lady may need to raise additional funds through the potential sales of Federico Chiesa and Matthijs Soulé to meet United's asking price. In addition to their pursuit of Greenwood, Juventus are also targeting Aston Villa's Brazilian midfielder Douglas Luiz, who impressed during the Midlands club's successful campaign, which saw them qualify for the Champions League. Former Arsenal and current Juventus goalkeeper Wojciech Szczesny proposed transfer to Saudi Arabian club Al-Nassr has hit a snag, despite the lucrative contract on the table. According to reports, Szczesny was set to earn a staggering €19 million per season on a 2-year deal with Al-Nassr, where he would reunite with former Juventus teammate Cristiano Ronaldo. However, the move has been put on hold due to problems between clubs and a potential disagreement between Al-Nassr and the rest of the Saudi Pro League regarding the signing of the Polish international. The Saudi Pro League recently revoked a rule that allowed foreign goalkeepers to be signed starting this summer, which may have contributed to the current impasse. Juventus had lined up Monza goalkeeper Michel Di Gregorio as Szczesny replacement, with the 34-year-old shot-stopper unwilling to extend his €6.5 million net salary across 2 seasons in Turin. The sale of Szczesny to Al-Nassr was seen as the quickest way for Juventus to offload one of their highest earners. But with the move now in limbo, the Italian giants may need to explore alternative options. Szczesny, who has made 252 appearances for Juventus since joining from Arsenal in 2017, is set to retire from international duty with Poland after Euro 2024. As the situation develops, it remains to be seen whether the issues between Al-Nassr and the Saudi Pro League can be resolved, allowing Szczesny to make the move and reunite with Ronaldo in the Middle East. As Hansi Flick takes the reins at Barcelona, the Catalan giants find themselves at a crossroads this summer. Intense meetings are being held daily between Flick and sporting director Deco to map out the club's transfer strategy, with a focus on potential departures. One of the most pressing issues is the future of Brazilian winger Rafinha. Despite lucrative offers from Saudi Arabia, Deco is hesitant to force the player out, given their close relationship. However, Rafinha's reluctance to leave could complicate Barca's plans to bring in a top-quality winger for Flick's new project. In defence, Barcelona are bracing for a minimum of 3 centre-back departures, but Araujo and Koundé are expected to stay put. The Frenchman's competitive spirit and versatility have earned him a key role in Flick's plans. The attacking department is where the big debate lies. While Lewandowski, Lamine Yamal and potentially Joao Felix, pending an agreement with Atletico, are considered untouchable, the futures of Ferran Torres, Ansu Fati, Vitor Roque and Rafinha hang in the balance. Barca's priority is to assess the situations of Ferran Torres and Vitor Roque before making a call on Rafinha. Torres has attracted insufficient interest from Newcastle, while Roque's entourage favours a permanent move over a loan deal. There are those within the club who believe cashing in on Rafinha could fund a move for Athletic Bilbao's Nico Williams, a younger, more direct option on the wing. However, with Deco not actively pushing for Rafinha's exit, the matter remains at a standstill. Barcelona are on the verge of resolving their financial woes by finalising the sale of a percentage of Barca Vision to a European partner. The €40 million injection is expected to restore some normalcy to the club's transfer dealings. President Joan Laporta has struck an optimistic tone, telling club senators, "We are in frank economic recovery." With the Barca Vision deal close to completion and a long-term agreement with Nike in the works, the Blaugrana are hopeful of a brighter financial future. The afterglow of Borussia Dortmund's Champions League final run has been brutally extinguished. Edin Terzic, the man who led them there, is out as manager in a move sending shockwaves through German football. Just weeks ago, Terzic was being lauded for his tactical prowess, guiding a young Dortmund side to within touching distance of European glory. But behind the scenes, it seems, a storm was brewing. Reports from Germany suggest a training ground bust-up with defensive stalwart Mats Hummels over the finals game plan was the catalyst. Hummels, a respected figure in the dressing room, is said to have openly questioned Terzic's approach, a confrontation that appears to have fractured the relationship beyond repair. Adding further intrigue, whispers of interest from the Premier League have swirled around Terzic in recent weeks. Manchester United, before committing to Erik ten Hag for another season, were linked, while now it's Leicester City, managerless after Enzo Maresca's Chelsea switch, who are considered the most likely destination. Terzic, for his part, kept his cards close to his chest in his departure statement. A desire for Dortmund to embrace a new era was as much as he gave away, hardly convincing given the timing. With the managerial merry-go-round already spinning, Dortmund are wasting no time. Bild are reporting that former midfield Nuri Sahin, a club legend, is being lined up to take the reins. Sahin, who enjoyed 3 spells as a Dortmund player, knows the club inside out. He's currently Terzic's assistant, meaning a seamless transition is possible. However, his only previous senior coaching experience came at Antalyaspor in Turkey, with a mixed record. Is he ready for such a high-pressure role? And what of Sven Bender? The former Dortmund captain is another familiar face on the coaching staff and could be a key figure in whoever takes over. This is a story that's only just begun. Dortmund, renowned for their shrewd operations, will want a swift resolution. But the manner of Terzic's exit, so soon after tasting the big time, leaves more questions than answers. Bayern Munich have wasted no time in bolstering their defensive ranks, completing the signing of highly rated Japanese centre-back Hiroki Ito from Stuttgart. New manager Vincent Kompany clearly identified the defence as an area needing reinforcement and acted swiftly, triggering the €30 million release clause in Ito's contract. This marks Kompany's first signing at the Allianz Arena, signalling his intent for the upcoming season. Ito, who has signed a 4-year deal, expressed his delight, stating, "It is a great honor to play for one of the biggest clubs in the world. The name FC Bayern also has a good reputation in Japan." The ambitious defender leaves Stuttgart after consistently impressive performances and will now be eager to prove himself on the biggest stage. Sporting director Hasan Salihamidzic was instrumental in getting the deal over the line, stating, "Hiroki is a player we've been monitoring for some time. He's young, but already very experienced and fits perfectly into our system." But Bayern's business in the transfer market is far from over. Talks are ongoing with Bayer Leverkusen for the commanding presence of Jonathan Tah, who finds himself entering the final year of his contract. Leverkusen are reportedly open to a deal to avoid losing Tah on a free transfer next summer. Additionally, Chelsea's Levi Colwill has emerged as a target. The young English defender is seeking assurances about his playing time under new manager. While Chelsea are reluctant to sell, Bayern are closely monitoring the situation, believing they can offer Colwill a more prominent role. One thing is certain, Bayern Munich are not finished yet. That if Julian Alvarez decides to leave Manchester City this summer, his first choice destination would be Real Madrid. Despite recent links to Atletico Madrid, Paris Saint-Germain and Chelsea, sources close to the player have confirmed that Alvarez would prioritize a move to the Spanish giants. However, a transfer to Madrid is not currently feasible, as the club has not expressed concrete interest. In the event of Alvarez's departure, City are prepared to find a suitable replacement. The Argentine striker, who joined City in 2022 after a successful loan spell at his boyhood club River Plate, has become a key member of Pep Guardiola's squad. In the title-winning 2023-24 campaign, Alvarez made 54 appearances across all competitions, contributing an impressive 19 goals and 13 assists. Despite concerns over his playing time, often sitting behind Erling Haaland in the striker pecking order, Alvarez has stepped up when called upon, particularly during the absence of Haaland and Kevin De Bruyne due to injuries. When asked about his future while on international duty with Argentina, Alvarez expressed his contentment at City, stating, "These are things that are said, but I am calm. I am comfortable and happy at City. We will see what happens." For now, Alvarez's focus shifts to the Copa America, where he aims to help Argentina secure their 16th title and become the most successful nation in South America. Argentina, the reigning world champions, will face Canada on 21st of June in their first game of the group stage before taking on Chile and Peru. As the transfer window progresses, we will keep you updated on any developments regarding Julian Alvarez's future. Will he stay at Manchester City or will Real Madrid come calling? Real Madrid are set to unveil their latest Galactico signing, Kylian Mbappé, to the fans on July 16th, but the French superstar is likely to miss the club's pre-season tour of the United States. Mbappé, who recently agreed to join Real Madrid on a free transfer after his contract with Paris Saint-Germain expired, has been a long-time target for the Spanish giants. The World Cup winners' presentation at the Santiago Bernabeu is scheduled for the day after the potential Euro 2024 victory parade in Paris on July 15th, should France emerge triumphant in the tournament. On the same day as his unveiling, Real Madrid will also release Mbappé's new number 9 shirt for sale, with Vinicius Jr. taking the coveted number 7 and Luka Modric retaining the number 10 following his recent one-year contract extension. However, due to his involvement in the Euros, Mbappé is expected to sit out Real Madrid's US tour, which includes high-profile matches against AC Milan, Barcelona and Chelsea. The 24-year-old forward could make his highly anticipated debut for Los Blancos in the UEFA Super Cup clash against Atalanta on August 14th. As Real Madrid prepare to welcome their new star, fans across the globe are eagerly awaiting the opportunity to see Mbappé don the iconic white jersey and showcase his talents at the Santiago Bernabeu. Manchester United are closely monitoring the situation of Bayern Munich star Matthijs de Ligt. The Red Devils are looking to strengthen their backline this summer, and Erik ten Hag is a big admirer of the Dutch defender, having worked with him during their time together at Ajax. Bayern Munich are open to selling de Ligt if a suitable offer arrives, as they have already secured the signing of Ko Itakura and are also targeting Bayer Leverkusen's Jonathan Tah. The Bavarian club's stance has alerted Manchester United, who could make a concrete approach for the 24-year-old centre-back. However, any potential move will have to wait until after the European Championship, as De Ligt is currently fully focused on representing the Netherlands in the tournament. The former Juventus man, valued at around £55 million by Transfermarkt, still has 3 years left on his contract at the Allianz Arena. Ten Hag believes he can bring the best out of De Ligt, having helped develop him into one of the most promising young defenders in the world during their time together at Ajax. The Manchester United manager is keen to reunite with his former player as he looks to bolster his defensive options ahead of the new season. It remains to be seen how much Bayern Munich will demand for De Ligt, but Manchester United are expected to formalise their interest in the coming weeks. The Red Devils face competition from other top European clubs, but Ten Hag's relationship with the player could prove crucial in any potential deal.